Hey, Sophia. Hey, hey. I need to remember to look here. I keep looking there. Too many cameras. But hey, sis, how are you? I'm just waiting for about another 5 people to join us out, and then we'll get into it. I'm a bit late. I'm trying to set up this new camera. Yes, we are good. Kaylan is having a sleepover at his aunt's. So, yeah. How about you? How are you? Can you hear the noise? Can you hear a child? Let me know if you can hear a child. Where's everyone? Is no one on tonight? Oh, you can't hear the neighbors. The neighbor's baby's crying. Well, he's not a baby, he's a toddler. No one's in. I thought scheduling this would be good, but can you hear me and see me okay though? Not sure why no one's joining. What time is it now let me see. Let me check the time. In a second. Waiting to get about 5 people in here at least. So let's see what the time is. I chose a time that should have been, convenient enough for everyone. It's about 6 a.m. in Brisbane, Australia, and it's about 4:11 p.m. in the Caribbean, and the same for New York. Not sure about the other cities, but yeah. Anyway, we'll give it about. I'm gonna put a timer on. I'm gonna put a 5 minute timer on. We could have a little bit of a chat. Let me just log on to the live on my phone so I could right, let me log on to my phone so I could actually see the chat properly. Right, let me log on to my phone so I could actually. Hey SJ, you're not late. I came on late. I came on about 8 minutes late. So you're not late at all, darling. Hi Marilyn, how are you? There was about 6 people waiting. Oh, was it Sophia? Oh no. I had a little bit of a glitchy situation. Oh dear. Anyway, I'll give them about 5 minutes to come back, and if not, we'll just hop straight into it and keep it moving. The clock is ticking, so let's see. I think people sometimes they don't take into account that things do go wrong, especially when you're dealing with going live and all the technicalities of it all. And yeah, let me just put a little notice here on Instagram to let everyone know I'm live. If you guys could hear a baby, it's not my son, okay? Just FYI. Kaylan's sleeping out tonight. They're so loud. I can't believe you guys can't hear them. Can you not hear them? All right. Right, let me update Instagram. Hopefully. Anyway, we've got a few more minutes, guys, and then we're going to get into it, and then we'll probably hop off this one because I just want to focus mainly on all things financial on this platform. I don't want to sort of mix the two different, I don't want to mesh the two different platforms together because you guys know I've got two channels that I'm trying my best to run, but I want to keep everything separate. So if anything, we'll sort this and then we'll hop over to the other channel so we could just have a little bit of a, you know, girly chat, chill for a bit, and then we'll pop off. Okay. Sophia says fashionably, Esther says fashionably late. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Marilyn, anytime. Hey, Lisa. How was the vlog, Sophia? Was it good? Esther, I love blue. I love blue. I love blue a lot. Anyway, Kaylan was very. Oh, thank you, Sophia. Kaylan's a gem. All right, let's get into this because we've got about 5 people here, and I'm trying to. I've got a new camera, guys. Yay! I got rid of that other one that was, you know, glitchy. So let me know if this is recording clearly, if you could hear me properly, if it's perfect. Okay, you know, like clear and very seamless. Is that the word? Also, this is a 1080p camera, well, webcam, but it's currently only recorded in 720. So make sure you go into your settings. You know the drill. Go into your settings and change the quality to 720 because I don't pay for the streaming services that I'm using currently. So I can't record in 1080, which sucks on this live stream. But yeah, 5 minutes is all. But anyway, I'm getting a bit nervous. All right, let me set my timer because I don't want to go over time. And thanks, Sophia. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked the vlog on the other channel. I'm trying to get things back into swing, but you know, it's hard. All right, let's go. I promised an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. So we're going to put an hour, okay? And we'll feel out the space, see how things are in regards to, you know, interactions and what have we. Let me try and put you guys over here. Okay. Ooh. I'm trying to set you guys. Okay, that's not gonna work. All right, cool. All right, I've made a few little lists. This is a bit different because this is weird. I need my water. Hold on. All right, we're here. I need my water. This is weird because, you know, on the other channel, I just get straight into it. But on here, I'm trying to keep it a bit more, you know, professional. All right, so let's get into it. I made some notes. You guys feel free to ask questions. I will get to the questions once I sort of rally through everything. So for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Gracia. I'm a single mom of 1. I started my budgeting journey, well, documenting it online in 2017. I had about a total of about £30,000 overall debt. Okay, I went down to about 7,000. I was at 7,000 last year, and then due to me renovating the flat, trying to get it in a bit more order, a bit more comfort, I sort of ended up in a bit more debt. Okay, and that's okay because I like to call it control debt, and this is not a justification stance at all. It's debt that I've included into my budget prior to taking out those 0% interest payment plans, okay? I'm a low income earner, so I don't earn as much where I could actually just go into the stores and buy things straight up cash. Yes, there's opportunities when I am able to do that, but for most part, I finance stuff on a 0% basis. I know a lot of financial gurus are against this, but I feel like the financial world isn't a one size fits all or a one method fits all sort of thing. So I tend to do what works for me, and I always advise the people who follow me to do also what works for them. Because I do something doesn't mean that it's going to be feasible for you, vice versa. So we incurred a bit more debt, and we're standing at around 13,000 again. I think we went down to 12 at one point. Let me just check the stats. I think we went down to about 12, and I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot because I keep all my information on my phone. Who doesn't? But now we're back up to around 13,067. It is a huge bloody number, but about 3,000 of that is about student loans. About another 3.5, let's go scroll through. About another 3.5 is a personal loan, okay, like a sort of family friend loan situation, and that's also zero based. And then another, what did I just do? Okay, I think I pressed something. I don't know what I pressed. And then another 3 grand, I said, innit? So we've got student loan, which is about 3 grand. And then we've got the credit card, which is a huge pain in the backside because I ended up having to use the credit card early this year. So for those of you who are joining me, you might not understand my full financial journey. You might not understand the concept as to why I do the things I do now. Do I recommend you doing this? Hell no. Do what works for you. But I do this because it's what works for me and my family. I wanted my place to be nicer for Kaylan as he was getting older. So I made the call to sort of get the place in order. Some purchases were cash and some purchases were 0% finance. So that's where we are right now. That's my truth. I know not everybody agrees with it, but that's my truth. I'm not going to be ashamed of my truth. I don't make a lot of money. So for me to go and just whip money out of my little clown bag, as my friend so puts it, it's not going to work for me. So that's where we are at, okay? And let me get my notes out. So that's a little bit about myself. I rent. I'm not a homeowner. I'm currently renting. So I'm in social housing. So my rent is a bit lower than those of you who are in private accommodation or you're renting from a private landlord. The flat, it's all right. I've made it a bit nicer. And do I regret it? No. So let's just cover that bit. So yeah, I've cleared off a lot of debt, but it still feels to me like I've accomplished nothing. And I know like I'm really super hard on myself when it comes to my finances, because a lot of the times when someone's in my situation and you're making such a huge dent in paying off your debt, and then you sort of spiral and you go back to like where you started, it's a bit off-putting. But I like to share it because I know that there are men and women who follow me who are in the same predicament. So I'm not here to show you guys, you know, the perfect life as many people do, or the fake life as many people do. I want to show you guys my real journey. I want you guys to be on the journey with me to see where I was, where I am, and where I'm going. So that's sort of the concept behind what I do. Now, I do have a lot of things planned for my journey that I'm going to slightly mention here, but this is going to be the first live, so I don't want to just belt everything out and then I don't have information for the other upcoming lives. All right. So another thing I get asked is, how do I survive on a low income? I'm going to be checking the chat in a minute, but I just don't want to get sidetracked because you guys know what I'm like. So let me just get all of this out, the professional bits out, and then I will check the chat in a minute. So a lot of people do ask me, how do I survive on a low income? Now I'm going to be sharing numbers here. If you're uncomfortable with sharing numbers, it's bloody hot. I should have bought the fan. I'm sweating. I apologize. It's hot. And I've got a light on in front of me so you guys could sort of get like, you know, good quality lighting. Oh, spoiling though. But anyway, my income from my main job, okay, is around the 7.5 grand mark. All right, that's my main income. And then I do say to you guys, those of you who are based here in the UK, if you're based in Canada, you will be familiar with this system as well. We do get, the neighbors are so loud. We do get child benefit. If you've got a child, the government gives you a small incentive on a weekly basis, which is about £20. I do mine every 4 weeks, so I get about £80. Okay. And you do get working and child tax credit. If I combine all of that together, okay, I'm not going to give you the exact number down to the pence or the pennies, but it's about 400 sitting on that bar. All right, so we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's about 11,000, right? 7 and 4, 11,000. All right, and then we do get child maintenance from Kaylan's dad, which goes towards Kaylan's needs. So if we combine everything together, like I said, I'm not going to calculate everything to the penny. So we've got about just over 7,000 for wages, around 400 and something for the bit, and then Kaylan gets his money from his dad. So we're sitting at around 1,300 or so, or less, between 12.5 to 1,300, if we are going to keep it 100% real, which is what we do on this platform. Hence the reason why I identify as a low income earner. Okay, it could be off-putting for many. Now, my old job, if you guys didn't follow me on my main channel before I branched out with the second channel, which is our Simple Life Projects, where I speak about all things financial, I was making way more on my old job. Okay, I earned a lot more, but I had to let that job go for my mental health. So I sort of took a pay cut, a huge pay cut, and I'm more at peace. Okay, money to me personally isn't everything. Yes, I do want to earn more. Yes, I do want to have a house. Yes, I do want to live a very comfortable and fulfilling life. And I want to be in a position where I could give back to the people who support me. I could give back to low income earning moms, single dads, back to my country. I want to invest back into things and people that I believe in. All right. So that's sort of where we're at. Now, how do I manage all of that money? So we're making about, in a nutshell, 13,000 a year, right? Yeah. Our budget is about 1,400 a month or so. And sometimes it's over, sometimes it's under, and sometimes it's a hot mess. I do get money sometimes if I earn anything from my main YouTube channel, but I do not include that in my budget. The reason I don't is because that money is not, and I'm going to reiterate, because some people get it twisted, it is not consistent money. Sometimes it's 4 months, sometimes it's 3 months before I hit the £60 threshold. It's hard out here. It's hard out here for a micro creator like myself to sort of, you know, earn anything from about 300 to £1,000 a month. It is possible. There are people killing it on this platform, but they do things that I'm not going to do. I know it's not because I'm boring, but I'm not going to demoralize myself just to get a paycheck. Do you understand? Anyway, so I don't include that in the budget, and the reason why, like I said, is because it's not consistent. I'm not gonna put down YouTube and estimate it like, oh, I'm gonna make £60 this month, because right now I could talk about this. We're here being honest. This is a safe space. Right now, we are, what date are we? We are about the 10th. Is it the 10th of it's the 10th of September. And on my main channel, this channel I'm on right now, it's not monetized as yet because obviously there's criteria that you have to meet. But on my main channel, the most I've made so far within 10 days is £1. Okay? And I'm not being ungrateful, but I just want to share the figures because I feel like sometimes it goes over a lot of people's head, because I did get a few comments, and I don't like to dwell on the past, but this is a live and I want to be honest about it. Because when people comment, it does affect other people. I had a comment one time when someone says, oh, you should be using your YouTube money to pay off your debt. What money? The one, I should use the £1. I should use the £60 that I'm making about four months, right? I have to purchase things to create the content that I create, okay? You can't come in at a certain level and stay at that certain level forever. You have to evolve, okay? Elevate yourself. So with that said, I don't include that because it's not consistent money. It's just pocket change, not in an ungrateful way, because I do appreciate you guys who watch our ads and stuff. I do appreciate that. But I just wanted to say that because I feel like some people put everybody in a box, and because, for example, my darling Patricia Bright be making money on here, and whoever else is making, you think I'm making that, like, baby, look at the numbers. Okay, let's not lament on that. Let us move along. So that's that. Now I'm going to delve into a few things that I'm going to be doing to take my financial journey to the next level. Something I was very hesitant to do because I was scared, okay? And I do get scared, and I do overthink, and I do second guess myself, and I do think sometimes that I psych myself out in a negative way opposed to a positive way. All right, and I'm quite a positive person, but I can psych myself out. So I started sinking funds. I did a video about 2.5 months ago showing you guys my breakdown. Now the numbers were a bit unrealistic, okay? Not my goals, because the goal amount is what I'm aiming for, but the time frame was a bit unrealistic. So what I've done, I've actually increased the time frame. So something that would have taken 12 months, I've sort of put it maybe 38 months, depending on the priority of that particular sinking fund. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, sinking funds is creating small savings, achievable and attainable savings for car maintenance, Christmas, areas in your life that you would quickly maybe whip out a credit card or get yourself in a financial pickle. So having a sinking fund is sort of like a safety net to know, okay, when birthdays are coming up, if someone's anniversary is coming up, I've got a pot of money and I could take a certain percentage out, whatever your spirit leads you to do, and you could invest that into that person. You could give that person cash, gift cards, whatever. So that is what sinking funds are. Sinking funds are different to everyone. I'm a single mom, operative word, single words, single and mom, okay? And my child is my first priority, so I need to make sure we've got a roof over our head, all our bills are paid, and then what I do, I get the rest of that money into sinking funds. I know a lot of people are confused as to why I save a little bit when I'm in debt, but that's just something I do because the only person I've got to lean on is myself. So sinking funds helps me to avoid debt in the future. So starting my car maintenance sinking fund, my road tax sinking fund, and my Christmas sinking fund, we'll be filming those in the upcoming videos. Those little small steps are going to help me to not use my credit card, because let's just reverse back a bit. I'm talking a bit fast because I don't want to go over the time, and I do want to interact with you guys as well. So let's sort of rewind a bit and go back to the whole credit card situation. The credit card increased drastically because I had to pay around $1,000 between January and February to fix some issues on my car. And that's what happened in that situation. And then other things came up, and then there were other payments on there that needed to be cleared. And a lot of the usage on my credit card was supposed to be covered by the money I made from my old job. But with my old job, my pay decreased when the client I was supporting for around 7 years was sent to a different company. I can't get into all of that on here. So all of that money I was earning sort of dwindled down to the salary that I'm currently on now. And that was around last August. Okay, so that was just around a year ago. So that sort of kind of put me in a bind, and that's where I am at the moment. All right. Okay. I put a note, mistakes I made that I didn't realize I was making at the time. Now, I wouldn't really call these mistakes, but I want to call them mistakes. Does that make sense? I don't want to call it that, but I'm going to call it that. The number one thing I did when I started renovating, and this goes back to last year, I wanted to get a lot done in a short space of time because I became frustrated with the place. A lot of you have been here on my journey forever. and you lot know I was going through a hard time. You could see the negative sort of aura I was putting out into the internet world, if you want to call it that. I was always upset, I was irritable, and I'm a firm believer, if your space is cluttered, your mind will be cluttered. If your space isn't screaming peace, relaxation, tranquility, happiness, you know, it's not your zen. And I was becoming a terrible person, super, super terrible. Always yelling. I still do yell here and there. My mom, hey, I still do yell here and there, but it was 100 times worse than it is now. And that's just me being transparent. So I was like, okay, I've got a bit of cash. I emptied out my emergency fund. I did have an emergency fund of about, I think, between £500 to £700, somewhere around there. And I completely depleted that to get my floors done. And then I went and we got beds and stuff like that, because you guys know my mattress was on the floor for a long time because I was trying to figure out the style, what I was going for in this property. So those are things that I sort of rushed into getting very close together, opposed to getting one thing, paying that off, then going for the second thing, paying that off, then going for the third thing, paying that off, then going for the fourth thing, paying that off. You get the gist that I'm trying to make? So I sort of did a lot of things at once, hence the reason why the debt is so high, okay? Whereas if I did things little by little, it wouldn't have been so high. But you know what? I don't regret it. I don't regret it, okay? Would I recommend it? No. But I don't regret it. Pivoting forward, accountability, transparency, and just being a person who could sort of get back to where I was about 4 years ago. And I mean, not the negative side of it, but in the dominating my finances the way I was dominating them when I was earning more. I feel that I want to get back to that point where I could sit down and sort of just work through things properly and not do what everyone else is doing, but do what Gracia needs to do to get herself out of the situation she's currently in. And that's basically me doing the odds. And it's not the odds because other people do it, but I was doing the debt snowball, and I'm sort of giving you guys are getting sort of the tea here first before I start documenting it by hand, you know, like when I do the budgeting videos. I want to do the Avalanche Method. And the reason why I want to do the Avalanche Method, and for those of you who don't know, the Avalanche Method is where you start with the biggest debt first, okay? So you know what an avalanche is? It's when, you know, you've got like a mountain of snow, and it's just start and it rolls and it rolls and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and big, you know. I think that's what it is, right? You know what it is. So I want to do the Avalanche Method opposed to the debt snowball. Now my reason for this is because I want to be debt free within 2.5 years max, opposed to my prediction on my budgeting app is, I'm going to show you guys. Let me move this down a bit. That's my prediction. That's currently, sorry, not the prediction. That's the, sorry, the light is in the way. Can you see? That's when it says I'm going to be debt free. December 2025, 4 years and 3 months. Baby, I ain't got that kind of time to waste. So I am going to be stepping forward, leaping out in faith, and doing the Avalanche Method eventually, very soon, very, very soon. I'm not going to say when, but very, very soon. If you're watching my content, you'll see when that will take place. So that's something I'm going to be doing. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I feel like it's easier to pay off a smaller debt than it is to pay off a larger debt. And my smallest debt amount is about, let's go through, £642. That's the smallest debt. Now, most people would pay that off first and then go towards the highest. But my highest debt on here is my highest debt is $3,320. So I want to start paying that, just start paying that down, and then just moving that money once that's cleared to another debt, moving that money to another debt, and it can be done within 2.5 years. The reason why I'm saying 2.5 years is because if the app says it's going to take me 4 years and 3 months, let's be realistic here, with the amount of money I'm paying towards it and still trying to keep a roof over our head, maintaining some sort of normalcy in our life, keeping a car on the road and all of those other expenses, I have to be very mindful. I have to be very mindful as to not to, I have to be, you know what, when you're live, the grammar, I have to be mindful not to deplete all of my disposable income, because I want to do my sinking funds. I still want to put a little bit of money aside for savings and those bits. So whatever is left, we will be throwing towards our debt avalanche, and I'm really excited about it. I hope that you guys are excited about it, and I hope that you guys are excited about doing this with your debt as well. If you can't do the avalanche, do the snowball. It doesn't matter. Just do something. Okay, we're getting through. I love this. Now, savings, that's important. A lot of people, like I said, didn't agree with me saving, but I did start saving, and I started a house saving fund. If you guys were following me back in, when was it? I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken, when they had the Help to Buy scheme before it was expired. I told you guys to hop on it if you're here in the UK, and I did hop on it, and I did start saving consistently on that, but I had to stop the saving in January, which I did announce on my other channel, which I was using mainly for budgeting. Well, not mainly, but for budgeting, but now we've got a separate one. So yeah, I had to pause that, so I'm not really put anything into that. Actually, I did. When I did get a tax return, I did put a bit into it, but it would have been almost close-ish to about 6 grand or so, but it's not nowhere there. And it's okay. It's okay. You have to pause things. You have to pause your dreams, your goals, to do other things that are going to take you to complete your dreams and your goals quicker. Do you get what I mean? And that's me paying off my debt. So savings is important. It doesn't matter if you're a low-income mom, low-income dad, and you're on this live. I do shout about the Help to Save account, which is a government-funded account. 4 years, you do get a big bonus if you save £50 a month consistently. You don't have to, if you're struggling to pay the £50 at once, if you pay £50 the beginning of the month, sorry, if you pay £25 the beginning of the month and £25 before the cutoff period for that month, you'll have 50, and you'll be able to get a bonus, I think, of 1,200. Okay, it's really, really good. Let me get the information as well. I like to be very accurate. Clearly, you could tell. I don't like just putting stuff out there and it's not really making sense. So it's Help to Save. You're eligible if you get, I think, if you're on any sort of benefit. So if you're getting working tax, child tax credit, what's the other one? Universal credit or stuff like that, you should be eligible for it. You could go onto the government website and get the Help to Save information. I'm just going into it now on my app. So I'm going to show you guys this. Let me make sure my name isn't on it, because this is a live and I can't edit and blur anything. I share this on my Instagram, okay? And a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Babes, come. You're getting free money. You're making more in 4 years, all right, in interest. Let's call it interest. A free bonus, let's call it interest, than you make on a savings account that's giving you what? 0.25? Don't say I didn't tell you. This is for people who are in the UK. Once again, I'm not sure if they do it in Ireland or wherever. Do your research. It's called a Help to Save. Now, let me just get the information quick, and then we will. What am I doing? I'm getting distracted. And then we would talk about it. Okay, so cool. All right, cool. So, all right. So I'm on it here. Okay, this is it. This is what it looks like. Hopefully my information isn't on there. And if it is, guys, don't be weird, okay? Just see it and close your eyes and don't see it, okay? But this is it. This is my savings calculator. This is a government-funded scheme. It is still currently active. But with everything that's happening, guys, you know, they're going to take it away. Just like they took away the Help to Buy, they're going to take it away. So this is it. Okay, so it says choose an affordable amount to save each month from £1 to 50. I put aside 50. So I'm going to the max. So basically, let's see. I'm pulling, let me turn this way so you guys, let me come a bit closer. I'm sorry, there's a glare, but I hope you guys can see. This is so ghetto, but it's okay. I've gone to the max. Okay, so it says 3,600 would be my total if I save £50 each month and don't take any money out. This includes my 2,400 in savings. So that's the total amount I will save over 4 years. Okay. And my bonuses will be 1,200. £50, guys. £50. 1,200. You do the maths. This is not no Forex trading. No offense to anyone. This is real shit. Okay. I always give you guys things that is attainable for me, and I know that's attainable for you. So maybe it's you're not getting your nails done or something. Baby, get onto it. So basically, you have a total of 3,600. That could go towards your home. If you want to buy a home, you could put that into an account that's getting you more interest, or you could even invest it. Okay, you could reinvest it. You could take a grant out and you could get onto Vanguard, or I'm not into investments yet, so don't ask me about investments. I don't know about investments yet, but it's something I will be venturing into in the very near future once I'm debt free. I'm not going to be investing whilst I'm paying off debt. These are the investments that I'm doing right now, the safe ones. Okay, but this is great, and I feel like it would be beneficial if you're eligible for it. If you're a low income earner, go on there, see if you're eligible for it, get it. £50 a month is nothing. Okay, and actually I'm gonna say it's nothing because I'm a low income earner and I squeeze it. Okay, I squeeze it and it works. Okay, so try not to withdraw any money because that would sort of make your bonus less. So that's something that I've shouted, I've ranted and raved about. And yeah, it's great. It's a great incentive. And I'm going to show you guys, I started this, I think it was last year. When did I start? I started the 13th of May 2020. We're now in September. My balance is 800. Okay. And you could see my bonus, my first bonus is 400. So they pay you your bonuses yearly or something like that. Do your research, okay? It says I'll get my first bonus from the 1st of May 2022. It will be paid into my bank account, not your Help to Save account. So I'll get my first bonus in May 2022. Wow, and that's 400 quid going into my bank account, okay? See, it says it there. I'm not chatting Bob. Hold on, let's put it on this corner. Ooh, okay. Can you guys see? I'm sorry, I don't have the screen recording thingy, but anyway, it's there. Research it. So that's something I wanted to tell you guys about. The other the other savings I want to tell you guys about, also government backed. You know, sometimes the government can be a bit dodgy, but you know what? Free money for low income earners. And even if you're not a low income earner, this would be good for you. The other one is the lifetime ISA. Now, if you're over 40, I'm not sure if you're able to apply for it if you're over 40. Do your research. It's called the lifetime ISA. I'm almost near 40. Damn it. But anywho, I'm going to be looking into opening that. Even if you've not got money to put in it just yet, open it. The difference between the lifetime ISA, and the Help to Buy. The Help to Buy is no longer active, but I do have it because I got it. I opened it before it closed. But the difference between the two, if the other one was still active, you're able to save more in the lifetime than you are in the Help to Buy. The Help to Buy, the max you could save a month is 200, yearly 2,400. The max you could save in the lifetime ISA, I think, is about 4,000 and something. And if you have a partner and you guys are trying to get onto the property ladder and you're in an area where house prices are ridiculous, I live in that area too, because I don't know, Leicester's just gone crazy. But anyway, you could hop on that. Just hop on it, start putting your money in, whatever you could afford, £1, £2, £10, just start off little and let it grow. Okay, and that's something you could put towards retirement if you've already got a home, or you could put it towards buying your first home. Okay, those are my freebies that I'm telling you guys about. And then lastly, our budgeting app that I use. I get asked about this a lot because a lot of you aren't from my old channel. Some of you just came onto my channel from here. The budgeting app that I use, and it's worldwide. I've got an Android phone. It's called I Save Money. That's the app that I use. It's like a little orange little wallet calculator looking thing. I get the paid version. I think it was about, when I bought it, I don't think it was more than £5, but I don't know how much it is now. But it's called I Save Money. And the budgeting app that I use is called the Debt Payoff Planner. For that one, I use the free version for the Debt Payoff Planner. And this is what it looks like. It's this little pretty thing that shows you all of your debts, all of that, your debt payoff date, and it gives you an incentive that you could work towards. Having something like this that you could check in every other day, it gives you momentum. It gives you a reason to keep going. It's like, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this, you know, and it keeps you going. Also, I save money. I physically plan, budget planner here, and I also do a digital budget, because digital budgets help me to track things when I'm out and about and know, okay, Gracia, you can't buy that, you can't spend that, this is what you've got. And yeah, and then for those that are in the US, not the US, well, yes, if you're in the US, you could get, I think it's called Cube Money. Check out Elaine Michelle here on YouTube if you're in the US. Check her out. She has a few videos, I think, with Cube Money. Okay, and it's very similar to Hyperjar, which is what I use. So for those of you who are in the UK, Hyperjar is something you could use to sort of have a digital cash envelope system, opposed to doing the envelope method if that's something you've outgrown. So those are all the things that I've got for tonight. How are we doing on time? Let's see. Wow. Woo, we've got 25 minutes. All right, so let me get into the chat, see what you guys are saying. Like I said, dump your questions in and I'll start answering. All right, so let's get straight up. I know I was waffling like a motor mouth, but time is of the essence. All right, let's see. Let's get into this. All right. I'm just trying to get on to see the live. The live chat. And we are going to be answering questions if there's questions or whatever. Okay, Sophia says 7:20. Okay, it's 7:20 because I'm once I start making money on this platform, I could invest in paying for the actual proper version where you guys could see it in 1080. So, but I feel like the quality is still better than the last one. So that's replying to Sophia at 21:17, her comment there. SJ, thank you. The new camera looks amazing. Very clear and great. Thanks, Marilyn. Hi, Becky. Okay, the vlog, I put it up today on the main channel. Let's go through. That's it, Sophia. Sophia says, Gracia, you have reduced it again and you can do it before. That's it. Definitely, I can and I will. So I just need to, you know, get my head back into the game. Oh, Becky, I hope that baby girl is feeling much better now. Thank you, Becky, about commenting that I've done good with the flat. I was a single parent. Oh man, I grew up from the nest. I thought that's it, Marilyn. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's hard. It's hard when you're like a single parent and you're the main parent. It's very hard and challenging. Definitely, SJ, the flat cost was worth it. Definitely, I will do it again. And environment is important to mental health. I do agree with that, SJ. I definitely agree with that. Okay. I'm looking to see how I go. Oh, thanks, Sophia, for saying I'm not boring. I feel like, I'm very much straight to the point, and I don't get involved in every single thing that's trending because I feel like you lose yourself when the trends are over. What do you have to offer? Hi, Peaches. Um, let's see. I'm think about. Okay, I like Becky's comment here. Let us go to Becky's comment. Where is it? La 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 la. Okay, I'll put it across the screen. So, can you guys see across the screen? Frenchy schmenchy. Becky says, I'm rubbish with my sinking funds. I start out well by allocating money to it when I get paid, but I normally end up using it at the end of the month for just like petrol groceries instead. You know what? I'm glad you said this, Becky, because this is my problem. Like I would have a healthy sinking fund and then I would just completely deplete it. But what I've done now, I started disciplining myself and start being a bit more assertive and firmer and say to myself, you know what, if you deplete this, you're gonna have to use the credit card. The credit card is in my desk right now. Okay, it's in my desk. I'm not touching it. I refuse to touch it because I'm like, it's £2,000 and I need to pay off. So try putting the sinking funds in a separate account or something, you know, and see if that helps. Maybe get Hyperjar and do it that way and see if that helps. I'm not sure, but try to put it in an account that you are not going to access or see on a regular basis, and just constantly remind yourself as to why you started the sinking fund, and that should help break that cycle. That's me with sinking funds. I would start it. I'd be like, woo, I'm doing great, and then I would just blow it, ridiculous. But I do get that. And you see, like Sophie is saying, she used to do the same thing. So there's so many of us in this this life that can relate to it. It's not a bad thing. It's all about accountability. You know what I mean? Transparency and being accountable and living in your truth and saying, you know what, I've started this, I've tried it. It's not that it don't work, but like sometimes I just don't have the discipline and I end up dipping into it a little bit and then I end up completely depleting it. But like I said, finding out the reason why we do it and then coming up with sort of a goal or some sort of tactic that we could sort of, what's the word I want to use? Not invent, but something that's maintained, that we could maintain, okay? And just remind ourselves that, hey, you can't do that. This is what this sinking fund is for. If I use it, I'm screwed. And another thing, I psych myself up. This might not work for everyone, but I psych myself up. This is what I say to myself. I say, you know what? If you use this up, you're not going to have any money to repay it. So don't use it. And that sort of scares me. And then I'm like, okay, don't use it. So that's another thing you could do. Anyone else here follows Dave Ramsey's baby step? I follow Dave Ramsey, but I don't follow Dave Ramsey to the T. He has great principles. Don't get me wrong. When I first started, I was completely doing it, but I am going to be reintroducing the baby steps because I feel like it's something I need to do just to sort of get ahead. You know what I mean? Especially with the emergency fund, the £1,000 emergency fund. And then I want to have my 3 to 6 months of expenses covered and all of those kind of things. But like I said, not rocking the boat too much because things are tight. But I do want to sort of revisit his principles because they do work. They do really work. I've tried them and they do work. Hi, Shante. How are you? Happy Friday, darling. Okay, Shanta, you have anything planned for the weekend? Then the first segment got complicated. We don't have a system. Okay, so Becky, in regards to the 401k retirement thing, that's basically the UK's version of our pension. So this is not these are other things I'll be talking about on here. But like I said, I'm no financial advisor, okay, guys. I'm just sharing my personal experience with you guys. So what I've done with the 401k, my work pays my pension and I pay a bit. Now I'm in a company where they will match my pension. So as soon as I come out of the red with these debts, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Find out if your company would match your pension contribution. So I get quite a good pension. I'm not gonna lie. The amount of money that I've made in my pension, and I've just been in my job under a year. Okay, I'll be in my job a year in November. I've made more in my pension under a year in this new job than I've made at my old job. Okay, but pension is something that's on my list of things to talk about on this channel. But the 401k, you could also look into like a government backed private pension scheme, Becky. Like I said, also the lifetime ISA is something you could look into because of the benefits you get at the end of that period. You could put it towards pension if you want to. There's so many things here in the UK, but it's just under different names, and it's just about knowing about it and having awareness of it, that it exists. A lot of people don't talk about it because a lot of people think, oh, the government. Listen, if the government's giving me free money, I'm taking it, okay? Because they take a lot from me. So if they're giving me free money, I'm taking it. So look into that. That's like the 401k is basically our pension, but in America they do things a bit different. So they do have their Roth IRA and all of these other things. But yeah, having a private pension is also a good thing. So right now I've got two pensions. I've got one with my current job and the one from my old job. The one from my old job no longer pays into that because I don't work for them anymore. But I do have the ability to start paying into that. So your girl is already working on that to start paying into that to make sure that my son's secure and I'm secure for when I hit retirement. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking, yes, investment is scary, especially thinking that you're putting this amount of money in it and you might lose all of it or you might come out with less. But I think it's a lot of research. It's a lot of research in investment, but it's something I'm going to start looking into doing once I'm sort of, at a more affordable stance with my debt. I will start looking into investments and I will obviously share as well. I think I only got to invest. It scared me at first. Still does to a degree. Investment doesn't have to be full on risky. Does that make sense? Yeah, it doesn't have to be full on risky. You could invest in yourself, like maybe starting an Etsy shop or some sort of whatever, and that's investment. But you've got the other investment where someone else is managing your money and your money's thrown into this big pot and you either win more or you lose it all. So it's a bit of a scary thing, but that's a different kettle of fish right now. Hi, Diane. Can't have a lifetime ISA if you're over 40. Okay. So I did mention that, Sophie. I said I think it caps at 40. So I said if you're 40, yeah. So okay. I have to buy ISA and a lifetime ISA. Okay, Sophia, that's really good. Yeah, you're getting ahead of the game, which is good. Okay, Diane. Diane says she's got Cube, and you could let them know how Cube is in the comments, Diane. It's all in the budget. Hi. Hi, T. How are you? How long does it frequently? As long as he or she pays you back your money, Sophia, it's all good. And always get things in writing as well, because the last thing you want is someone having money or owing you money and then you're struggling because that person can't pay you back. Yeah, you just have to. You see, Sophia, you don't need that kind of person. You don't want somebody who borrows and can't repay you. Okay. Right. So Diane says Cube is great. So for those of you who are in the United States, Cube is something you could look into if you want to have sort of a digital format. Not everyone likes to walk around with cash or cash envelopes. You guys know I started off on this journey using cash envelopes and all of that kind of thing. But you know, you grow, and I just feel like it's easier for me to use my MasterCard, which is a prepaid card, by the way, by what's the app called? Hyperjar, right? And it's just easy. It's just easy for me. I don't have to be fiddling about. I just link my cards and I keep it moving. So yeah, I think that's about it for everything. If you guys have any questions, ask away. If you have any questions, I'm going to leave the live up for those who have missed it. I'll leave it up so they could sort of, you know, get a feel for what it's like. These lives would be different to the ones that I do on my main channel, because this is more of a, you know, financial sort of channel, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, no problem, no problem, SJ. I've got about 11 minutes left here. Let me know if you guys want me to hop on to the main channel. We could chill on there for maybe about 30 minutes if you want. No pressure. Let me know, and we could just get on there, and then we could have a little bit of a chat there and see how that goes. So yeah, thank you all for coming in, tuning in, and yeah. Do you guys want me to go live on the other channel, or is this good? Okay, so I'm gonna head off here. If you want to see me live on the other channel, I will go on for about half an hour or so. It's about 10 o'clock here in the UK, so I will hop off and thingy. We could, on the other channel, we could be a bit more unprofessional. I really love your, you look great on your upload. Oh, SJ, it's really, really good. Like I said, I've got the paid version, but I love it. I've been using it for years. So yeah. So hop on to the other channel. Let's get off here. And thanks once again for tuning in. We've done really well. We've kept it under an hour. Brilliant, brilliant. And I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.